Okay, I'm going to show you how to do what's called a blind contour. A contour is simply just a line. It's a line that is fairly continuous and tends to wrap itself around an object or a thing. And blind means that I'm not going to look at my paper. I'm only going to look at my hand. Now, typically when I have students, I have them turn around so that their hand isn't anywhere near the paper and they're actually turned around in their seat. That moves away temptation so that you don't even have the option of looking at your paper. But so that you can kind of see what I'm doing here, I'm going to leave my hand in the frame. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And the key to this is to be in a quiet place and not be talking because you need to concentrate. And what I'm going to be looking for, I'm going to look for all the different angles that my knuckles and bones make. The tendency is just to draw fingers really smooth without angles, and then they tend to look like they're kind of rubbery, but that's not the case. And then I also want to pay attention to knuckle lines, fingernails, things like that. You don't have to pay super close attention to the regular little tiny wrinkles that are in your skin. So it's going to look a lot like nothing, but that's okay. This is just slowing your brain down and letting your eyes look at all of the information that you're drawing. So this is what it looks like. So I am going to only look at my hand and not look at my paper. And I'm going to do one continuous line. I'm not allowed to pick up my pencil. So right now I'm starting at my pointer finger fingernail, and I'm going down and drawing some knuckle lines. And the key is that whenever my eyes move, that's when my hand moves with my pencil. Now I'm going to jump over to the bottom of my wrist, and I'm going to start drawing over there. You can see that I am not allowed to pick up my pencil at any point. So if my eye jumps from one place to another, then my pencil is going to make a mark across my paper. So any backtracking that I do, I have to move my pencil that way. So in this, your lines tend to overlap each other. I think the general tendency is that you kind of end up drawing over other lines that you've already drawn. But the thing is, and I tell my students, I can tell whether you're concentrating on getting those angles and curves in those lines versus if you're just making marks on your paper. And again, what this is doing is it's slowing down your left brain and engaging your right brain, which is more of the visual side, to look at all those lines and angles. So this is a finished blind contour. It obviously doesn't look like a whole lot of anything. So I would have you practice, 5 or 6 of those, and you can only do, you could say like do it for a minute or a minute and a half. So this is the first part.